Did you know not all medieval nuns respected their vows of chastity? Behind the convent's holy walls, hidden stories of rebellion and forbidden desire thrived. Some escaped at night to meet lovers, priests, monks, townsfolk, and sometimes even each other. But discovery meant punishment so cruel it still shocks us today. Some were locked in tiny dark cells, and others, they were buried alive. This is the dark, forbidden history of medieval nuns. For many women, entering the convent wasn't a choice, it was a sentence. Families eager to protect wealth, avoid expensive dowries, or simply dispose of unwanted daughters often forced them behind monastery walls. Some were just 12 or 14 years old when they were cloistered for life. From the outside, convents seemed like places of peace, prayer, silence, devotion. But inside, reality was very different. Convents were prisons of stone, and like in every prison, people dreamed of escape. By night, some nuns slipped through monastery gates to meet lovers in hidden gardens. Others found forbidden affection with priests or monks, and in some cases, secret romances blossomed between nuns themselves. These weren't whispered rumors. Church records from England, France, and Italy preserve shocking details of women caught in scandal. One nun even gave birth inside the convent, the child swiftly hidden to protect reputations. The church knew. Bishops and inquisitors documented these scandals in painful detail. For the Vatican, each affair wasn't just a personal sin, it was corruption within the cloister, and the punishments, they were designed to terrify. A nun caught sneaking out could be locked in her cell indefinitely. A tiny slot allowed scraps of food and water to be passed through. Days turned to months. Silence pressed in like the very stone walls around her. Others were whipped in front of their sisters, branded with hot iron, or stripped of their veils in public excommunication rituals, marked as damned forever. But the harshest punishment was reserved for those accused of bringing shame to the order. They were buried alive. Imagine the horror. A narrow recess carved inside a convent wall. A terrified nun forced inside. Bricks stacked, one, by stonemasons as torchlight flickers. Her cries echo, but with each stone her voice grows fainter, until nothing remains but silence. No escape, no light, only stone, darkness, and slow death. Centuries later, during renovations in Italy, France, and Spain, workers uncovered the truth. Skeletons sealed within walls, rosaries still clutched in bone hands, fragments of veils clinging to skulls. These weren't ordinary burials in consecrated ground. These were executions in silence. Every bone whispered a story of rebellion, of desire, of voices the church tried to erase. But why so harsh? Because in medieval Europe, the church wasn't just spiritual, it was political. A scandal in the cloister didn't just break vows, it threatened the church's reputation, its control, and its power. Silence had to be absolute. Women who dared to love were punished not just with death, but with erasure. Their names were removed from records, their bodies hidden within walls, their voices silenced forever. It wasn't just punishment, it was censorship by stone. Picture a stone convent in the countryside, bells ringing, birds singing, prayers echoing through the chapel. But within those very walls, bones hidden in mortar, the remains of women who dared to escape, to love, to defy rules written by men. Those convent walls weren't just witnesses of devotion, they were prisons, and sometimes tombs. Centuries later, their voices are gone, but their bones still whispered the truth. So next time you see an old monastery, or hear church bells in the distance, remember, those walls may not only hold prayers, they may hold secrets. Were these punishments justice for their time, or cruelty beyond forgiveness? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if this story shook you as much as it did me, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more hidden histories that textbooks never told you.